Hi, good morning, everyone. So happy you can join us. I'm excited because today we get the opportunity to get to meet Mike Michalowicz on this event. And he is the author of so many books that have changed so many business people's lives. And today he's going to rock our world and help chiropractic be more profitable, which Sabrina and I couldn't be more excited about because our mission is to see chiropractic be beyond profitable so they can continue to serve our community. I just don't know what else to really say, but thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thanks, Mike. We're so excited to have you here today.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be here too. First of all, let me start off. I have a copy of your book in my hands.
I know we sold so many. I'm like, we're so excited. I look every minute.
Congratulations. I have a chiropractor I've been going to for years, and we've had private conversations in the past about his challenges financially because he knows the work we do. And he's been saying, his name's Drew Slootmaker, and he goes, gosh, I wish there was something specifically for me. And so I'm just very proud of you all. I know there's one chiropractor specifically, Drew, who's going to be benefiting from this. But I think there's going to be hundreds of thousands of individuals that are going to improve their business. So thanks for having me and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So let's start at the beginning. A lot of our audience here doesn't know anything about Profit First. So How did you come up with the idea of Profit First?
So Profit First is a behavioral-based system, and maybe there's a parallel to the work that chiropractors do here. But what I found is, at least for myself, and I think for many people, it's very difficult to change behavior. I'll give you an example. I wanted to, for my entire life, to exercise regularly. I think that's common for many of us. But after college and so forth, I couldn't. Well, one day I just paid attention to my behavior. I'd wake up in the morning. I'd say, okay, today I'm going to go work out. I would would go to the bathroom, make a cup of coffee, start, scrolling through the news. And then the day would get away from me. I'm like, oh, I don't have time today. I'll do it tomorrow. But looking at that pattern, I noticed there was some predictability, high level. I'd wake up, go to the bathroom, drink coffee. So I set up what I call a behavioral intercept, meaning allow a behavior to continue, but instead of trying to force change, channel change. I would wake up, and what I did the night before, I put my sneakers on top of my toilet seat. So when I wake up, the only way to use the toilet was by grabbing my sneakers. And my wife was very frustrated I did this, but what I would do is I would just put my sneakers on, and then the momentum would kick in. Instead of going to the cup of coffee, I would actually just walk over to the gym and start exercising. And I started that now 8-9 years ago. It's been extraordinary in the shift it's had for my health. But what I found was, for the entrepreneurs I interviewed, and over the years, it's now been hundreds of thousands, either directly, mostly through surveys, just raise your hand when you're in an audience, had the same behavior I did. I'm not good at accounting. I don't care about it, honestly. I don't want to look at the P&L and the balance sheet and the cash flow statement. I don't know how to tie those in together. But I do have a system for managing money. Every day, I would log into my bank account, see what the balance was at my office, and if there was nothing there, panic ensues. If there's something there, I'm like, oh, I can spend it on whatever was the next thing in mind. So I said, okay, that's the predictable pattern. I'm logging into my bank accounts. So then I said, I need to set up a behavioral intercept, those sneakers on the toilet. What I did was I set up multiple accounts there, and this is the Profit First system. Instead of having a single account where all the money goes in and you look what's there and you spend on the next need you have, we pre-allocate money to its intended use. As a chiropractor, you may need equipment or supplies. You surely have payroll for yourself and perhaps a team that you've assembled. You're going to have a tax bill. The number one biggest bill associated with operating a business that entrepreneurs and business owners are least prepared for is the tax bill. It's coming, and your business can pay for that, either directly or can reimburse you. But the business can allocate and must allocate money for its intended use before we spend a dime. So the system is really simple. Keep doing that behavior, keep logging to your bank, but at your bank, you're going to see multiple accounts now. And when money flows in, it'll first be carved up to these different accounts, and then you'll know before you spend a penny what that money is intended for. That's the core essence of Profit First.
Yeah, I know when we first implemented it into our business, it made such a difference because, like you said, you don't start a business to do your books. And even us
No,
as accountants didn't start a business to do our books. So it really supports the small businesses.
it really does. And the I think the important part is we have been asking of ourselves, and our financial professionals tell us to use the accounting system. And the accounting system, QuickBooks or Xero, or whatever your platform of choice is, they are all excellent and they provide so much information. But for the day-to-day management, it's not the typical course of entrepreneurs. I think to fight upstream and try to convince yourself to use the accounting system all the time or to be excellent in accounting is not our natural tendency. And therefore, don't try to change your behavior. Let's channel your existing behavior. The other thing is, this does not replace your accounting. So this isn't profit first accounting. It's profit first cash management.
Mhm.
What it'll do is it'll optimize your profit because you're taking that first. That's one of the accounts you allocate toward. But the accounting continues to rumble through behind the scenes. So when a question presents itself, I have a challenge here, there's less cash flowing in than I expected, you can refer to the accounting to dig in and dig deep. And the other thing I hear back to, Deborah, is some people say to me, but this sounds like a shell game. If $100 comes in, it's $100. Does it really matter if I pre-allocate it? It's not logical. And the truth is, this isn't based upon human logic. It's based upon human behavior. It's our tendency, it's called Parkinson's law, that when money comes in or any kind of asset comes in, that is our propensity to consume it all. I'll give you an example. I was away on a trip with some friends this past weekend at a reunion for my college. When I came home, my wife had prepared my favorite thing, which was chocolate chip cookies. And she's like, "Hey, welcome home." And I'm like, "Oh gosh, I cannot stop myself." And I play this same game every time. Like, no, not this time. I really shouldn't. I eat junk food the whole weekend. I got to stop. And then I have just one little nibble, and then I have another, and then I ate the whole bag of cookies. And that demonstrates a natural behavior for most people where when a supply expands in its availability, for me, more chocolate chip cookies, I consume more. If my wife just made one cookie, for example, and said, "Hey, here's a cookie for you," I've eaten one. But the fact she made a dozen, I ate more than one. with money, as money flows into your business, when you have that $100, you'll find a way to spend it. And if you have $1,000, you find a way to spend it. If it's 10,000, you'll find a way. And that's why it's almost uncanny. But for most chiropractors, as the income over time increases, so does the spend rate, almost at the identical rate. And the question is, what is this? Is there some kind of superior force forcing us to spend at this level? And there is. It's human behavior, Parkinson's law, our propensity to spend what we have. So Profit First leverages Parkinson's law to your advantage. By pre-allocating money to its intended use, it constrains that spend so you can't spend as much, forces frugality, but it also triggers innovation. You find ways to get the same results with less money, and that profit just accumulates.
Yeah, that makes sense. So one of the things we hear a lot from our audience is they're a healing-based profession. So why do you think Profit First is so important for a healing-based profession?
Yeah. So I found, I don't know why it's got little goosebumps, but I did. I guess because of the profound impact. I get emails every day from people who've read Profit First. I'm starting to get emails from people who've read Profit First for chiropractors saying this book is awesome. And I love that I get that because this is your book. You two created it. I'm just proud to be a small part of the journey. And in these emails I get, people share their wins and successes. And the most common thing I hear is the mental state and how that's improved, that they feel less anxious. I've had extreme circumstances where someone said this system actually saved their marriage. There was such strife financially and so much panic to keep pushing the business along and to work harder that was actually compromising this marriage, which also was business partners. But once they introduced Profit First, they brought financial stability. They were able to heal their relationship in other ways, and their marriage, from what they shared, was flourishing. The funniest thing is the emails I get around April 15th. I know there's people listening in right now from outside the US, but that's not the day I expected. I thought at the end of each quarter, when we suggest you take your profit distribution would be people celebrating, or maybe at the end of the year when they saw on their accounting statement all the profit they've accumulated that's reflected in the accounting system from the profit first method. But it's actually April 15th, tax day. I get the most emails. And it's people saying, oh my God, for the first time ever, my business paid my taxes. I don't have to worry about taxes. Tax day for many business owners is the most stressful. You work your tail off year round, and then we get to April 15th and you have to drum up more money to pay the tax machine. Like, why? And how? And so it's the most stressful day. What I've seen now is it becomes a celebratory day, which sounds crazy, but you don't have to worry about taxes if your business is worrying about it. I'm putting air quotes around that on your behalf by setting up a tax account. I can't think of anything more healing than reducing stress, than being in flow and allowing you to do what you need to do. And I would say, as chiropractors, as the practitioners of healing, that if you are in a mental state of comfort and you don't have worries, you can be an even greater healer in serving others.
Yeah, it's so true, because a lot of our clients that we worked with and we've spoken to and have joined the journey with us on Profit First, and even the people we interviewed, a lot of the, people in the industry who were coaches, I had to put their quotes in the front of the book, because when we were speaking with them, everyone, I could sum up their whole conversation in like a couple of words. They recognized the importance of profits, and they realized that for this profession to really do what it's going to do and help their community, they really had to not be worrying about money. They had to stop worrying about their family. Are they going to take money home that week? Are they going to have, the paycheck they expected, and not just, I have what I have left over. So for me, Profit First made a big difference in a lot of these people's lives. And as Sabrina said, it made a huge difference in our lives, because before we got involved in Profit First, when we first started, one of your rules was we had to put Profit First in our company.
Right.
We don't need that. We know accounting. It was such a game changer. I can't even express it. So we were talking like before the call, and we're like, no, we got a message that we believe in. We love chiropractic. It changed the health of our family. And we know how this changed the health of our financial situation. So, and we benefited from it. So we're real big advocates of what you've put together. It's amazing. It's so simple, but so impactful. It's amazing.
Thank you. I believe we need to take the medicine that we suggest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it would be absurd for a doctor to say, stop smoking, and then he's lighting up a cigarette behind the scenes. For your doctor to say exercise more, and then she's eating a ding dong. It's like, there's something that doesn't compute there. Mm-hmm. Profit First is not just a cash management system. It's an emotional management system. You will go through emotions. When you start doing this system, and you start reserving money for the specific needs for chiropractors, say it's equipment or supplies, as an example, you will see that when a dollar comes in, you don't have a dollar to spend. 20 cents may go toward your supplies. 15 cents may go toward your tax reserve. Some of that will go towards you. But instead of having that dollar to spend, we say, oh, it's 20 cents for supplies. So it gives that clarity, but it also forces hard decisions. Because before, we're very knee-jerk. Money's there. We suggest, or we see the next thing we need to spend money on, or we think we do. We prioritize that because it's imminent. We buy all those supplies. And then, oh my gosh, payroll's coming. I didn't even think about that. So Profit First addresses that right up front, but it forces hard decisions. I have a dollar to spend on supplies, you get 20 cents. How are we going to get the same results? So it forces that better thinking. I also want to, if it's okay, I know there's hundreds of people watching us live right now on social media. So first of all, thank you for being here. I want to ask a favor, and I have two reasons why for everyone listening in now. So I'm speaking right to you. If you would, I invite you to get a copy of this book on Amazon today, right now, actually. And unfortunately, I can't see the chat, so I hope you're doing this, but let me tell you why. First of all, if you get a copy of Deborah and Sabrina's book, I cannot think of a greater per dollar value way of serving chiropractors or anyone in the healing profession. Dollar for dollar, you can't get more knowledge or more value than this book. I promise you. But I have a second reason, and it's honestly selfish. If you get this book right now, what it does specifically on Amazon, it triggers the Amazon engine to start promoting it to other people that may be interested in the book. The best way to help us get the word out on this book is a simultaneous buy. So if you're willing, Please get a copy of the book right now on Amazon. Make sure it's the chiropractor edition, and you'll be helping Deborah, Sabrina, and myself get the word out on this book.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate
my pleasure, Deborah.
Yeah, thank you. It's, we definitely are on a mission. I mean, chiropractic, I can't even explain how it changed my life. And so many people don't know about it. And it's a profession that needs to keep their money because they work hard for it.
Oh yeah.
So
Mhm.
anyway, that was, I guess, is there anything else you think our audience might have as a question, Sabrina, that you've heard that, because I know you surveyed a bunch of people.
No, I mean, the biggest thing was most of our audience had never heard of Profit First. So I think we
Sure.
went through a great overview. I guess the last thing is, what's one thing that they can do other than buy the book today that can make a
I love that, Sabrina. I love that because I think it's the most important thing. What I found in my life is that if we take a irrefutable action, or irreversible is probably the right word, action, we're likely to stick with something. So I think the mistake, Sabrina, would be if the person listening in right now says, I need to make my business profitable. I've been struggling for months or years or decades. And then saying, oh, wait, though. You've proven over time, if you're not able to be profitable over that much time, you've proven you have an unprofitable system. So we need a better system in place. You can do two things today, two simple steps. Get the book. There's no question you need that knowledge. But here's the two steps you can take today. And I promise you, if you do this by tomorrow, you'll have your first experience of profit and you'll be permanently profitable. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but it's a get rich permanently approach. So step one is call your bank and set up one account. It's a savings account, make it a business account, and call it Profit. Nowadays, you probably can do it almost all online. They can try fax any paperwork you need to sign. Probably can get done in a half hour. But even if it's a 2 or 3 hour investment of your time today, it is the smartest investment you'll make. Step one, set up that account. Step two is allocate 1% of any deposits that come into your business to that profit account. So that example where I said, $100 may come in, take $1, that's 1%, and put in that profit account. Because if you can run your business off that $100 deposits, you can do it off of $99. The impact is inconsequential. And if it's $1,000 that comes in, it's $10 that goes in. Because if you can run your business off of $1,000, run off $990. But what's highly consequential is the fact you have a accumulating cash profit for many businesses for the first time in their lives. And what happens is momentum kicks in. That's the first time you put the sneakers on your shoes, on your feet, and you decide, let's walk over to that gym. And you're not going to have the best workout of your life. But the fact you got to their gym that day is the first necessary step to getting to the gym tomorrow. And you'll see the same effect kick in. Once you do this 1%, and money's being allocated, maybe after a month or two, there's hundreds of dollars in there. We have over 600,000 businesses globally that have implemented Profit First. And the ones who've successfully done it, for the majority, don't go in all out. They don't set up all these different accounts and go full throttle. They simply start immediately with the smallest, easiest step of saving for that one account. And maybe it takes them 3 to 4 months to start increasing the profitability, see how they're doing. Maybe it takes a few months longer to introduce other accounts like a tax reserve and so forth. But the businesses that have done it consistently have become permanently profitable and are running Profit First permanently in their business.
That's fantastic. And really appreciate your time today. I know, from just listening, even though I know the whole story, it sort of inside, gets me going again and saying, hey, let me go back and look through all my stuff and see what I can do better. I feel like this is just the beginning for our group. This is not we're at the point now where, what do we do next? How do we become profitable? How do chiropractors really achieve their goal? The questions they have become simplified and their cash flow becomes what their family needs. I feel like, you mentioned about the book. We're excited about it. And we launched this week because on the 18th is the birthday of chiropractic.
Oh, you couldn't pick a better
goodies that we're making available for people who purchase the book now. Just as you said, because what better way to celebrate a birthday than to bring a birthday gift? And we have lots of for things once you purchase the book that will open up a world of tools to help you be successful with it.
You couldn't pick a better week to do this. And I want to implore every chiropractor listening, you have a duty, a responsibility to be profitable, because profitability translates to sustainability. It translates to a mental space that's stress-free, or at least stress-reduced, no financial stress. And therefore, you can be the best practitioner to your clients, and you can be around for as long as you desire. That's what profitability does. So you have a responsibility. This is the pathway.
Well, thank you. And thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thank you.
Sabrina and I appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, Sabrina. Thanks, Deborah.
Thank you.